Hi Nick, so you wanted the funniest story from my childhood. There's a lot of funny stories from my childhood because I am just weird, and a lot of like clumsy things just happen to me. So I figured I would just make this kind of like a small series, I guess. I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you some stories, and you're gonna watch them when you're sad, or just need to smile. So, or if you're just bored. Anyways, so after some deliberation with my brother, I went downstairs. I was like, "Hey, what's like the funniest story from my childhood?" And he instantly grinned. He had it like right there. So when I was like 6 years old, 7 years old, we lived in Vermont, and it was during the summertime, and we were outside, my brother and I. My brother was practicing how to play baseball because he used to play baseball when he was younger. And I was pretending to be a cow. Yep, you heard it. I was pretending to be a cow. So, how I decided to pretend how to be a cow, you may ask. I was in the grass, and the grass was a little long because I don't think my dad had mowed that section of the lawn yet because he was outside mowing the lawn. And I started like picking the grass with my hands, like just bunches of grass. And I was like mowing and pretending to be a cow. And I wasn't paying attention to where I was picking the grass, and I picked the grass and pretended to be a cow right where my brother was swinging his baseball bat, and I got hit straight in this eye when I was a young child. I was, like I said, like 6 or 7 years old, and I couldn't see at all out of it. Thankfully, he didn't like break the socket, but it hurt really bad, and so I like was crying. I told my mom immediately. She was just like, "What the hell happened? What are you doing behind your brother? How did you get hit?" So a bunch of questions that I didn't quite have the answer to because I was 6 years old. So my mom and dad are like freaking out. They're like, "Oh my god, we need to bring her to the hospital. What if her like eye socket's broken? What if she's gonna go blind? Whatever the possibilities may have been." So they bring me to the hospital, and I get a student doctor. Not even a real doctor, a student doctor. Like, assesses the situation. I didn't even get x-rays or anything like that. Like, nothing like that. They're like, "Yeah, you should be fine." They just put, like, I didn't even remember what it was. It was, like, some sort of, like, bacitracin kind of thing on my eye. And she was like, "Yeah, come back if, like, she, like, spikes the temperature or anything like that, but she shouldn't. She should be fine." So, like, 3 hours went by at the hospital, and that was the final conclusion. So my mom was like, "Okay, fine, whatever." Like, she was a little ticked off with how the student doctor assessed the situation, but she was a student doctor. I should have gotten a real doctor. After all, I was a small child. Anyways, Vermont are kind of stupid. That's a whole nother section of my life. So anyways, I go home, and the next day I'm not eating. I feel crappy and terrible, and I had a temperature, and I ended up going to the hospital again, and I got this really nice doctor, and I was actually dehydrating. Like, I was very dehydrated, and they had like stick an IV in me, and it was miserable. And my mom was fuming with the doctor that was like, "Oh yeah, she's fine. Just, give her some like Tylenol. She'll be fine." She was fuming with that doctor. But all was well. I didn't lose any eyesight then. I'm kind of losing my eyesight now, but I was fine after that. I was at the hospital until like 4 in the morning. I went there during broad daylight too, and I was there until like 4 in the morning as a kid. And because I was so brave, with like all the CAT scans and the IVs and everything that was going on because of my eye that got smacked. Oh, I developed cellulitis too in my eye. That's what happened, which is like pretty dangerous. Anyways, I got a green bear that's like similar color to this thing. I don't know where it is, but I got a green bear, and all is well with me. That happened all because I decided I wanted to pick grass like a cow. So, ta-ta for now.